Hi everyone, welcome back to Mouth in the Eyes with your favorite host, Human. I am so happy to have you here. I hope you're having the most amazing day ever. Welcome, 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 welcome. So grab your water. I have mine right here. Take a sip, of course. Today I'm talking about love will take you from striving to thriving. The fruit of the spirit talk. So some time ago, I decided I was going to talk about the fruit of the spirit as I was doing my last live a couple of weeks ago. I just felt called to do that. So, how are you doing, first of all? I hope you're having the best day ever, and I'm so happy to have you here once again. So, as you know, the fruit of the Spirit is Galatians 5, verse 22 to 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. Against such, there is no law. So, today we're talking about love. How can love take you from striving to thriving? First of all, I want to ask you a question. Are there areas of your life now where you feel like you're striving, where you feel like nothing is working? You seem to be pushing and just like trying so hard, and nothing seems to just be sticking. And you just wonder why? Why am I struggling so much? Why is everything so hard for me? Or why is this particular thing so hard for me? Like, I am trying so hard to do this thing, but here I am again, falling short, making the same mistakes. And you feel that maybe if you try harder, maybe if you just like push harder, um, things will get better. And then you try harder and things will actually get better. Things just seem to be going downhill. What if you could go from that state of striving to thriving with love? Now you're like, how will I go from striving to thriving? These words are so similar, right? Yeah, human girl, stop it. By the way, my name is Human, guys. If you haven't realized over there, you're like, how do I go from striving to thriving? How is that even possible? How does that even work? Sometimes we think we've tried everything. We think we've exhausted all the things we can do. And yes, it could be true. Maybe you have really exhausted everything you could do. Okay? I'll give that to you. But everything that was exhausted was from a particular point of view. Yes, you've done everything from this place. The place you've been trying is this perspective where maybe you're a victim. Things are happening to you. Nothing is working out for you. And now you're trying everything from this place. I can guarantee to you that if you just shifted your perspective and maybe you traveled a little bit further, traveled like hypothetically, maybe you see something different, right? It's almost like when you're hiking, when you're walking. I personally love hiking, right? You have this view in front of you. And then when you walk some more, the view changes, right? Actually, it's the same landscape, but the perspective is completely different. So I want you to walk with me today. Just give this the benefit of the doubt. Where are we going exactly? I'm not sure, but we're gonna just keep going as the spirit leads us. So, going from striving to thriving starts with love. And today we're talking about love, the first fruit of the spirit, right? How do you love yourself when you're frustrated? How do you love yourself when you feel like nothing is working? Usually, most people tend to just be very harsh with themselves, insult themselves, be mean to themselves, all of those things that we know that I'm sure you're already aware of. But loving yourself can be the thing that changes everything. In moments where you think nothing is working, in moments where you feel you've tried everything, moments where you think I've pushed myself, usually you're so harsh with yourself. I'm not saying strive for better. I'm not saying expand yourself and really be the best version of yourself. I love that. But you can become the best version of yourself without striving. Fun fact, you can actually thrive. You can actually thrive while becoming that person. You can do it. How do you do it? Step one, begin to love yourself more. Right here where you are right now, you are worth loving. And I'm sure you've heard things like this time and time again, everywhere in every movie, Shout out to Hallmark and things of that nature. I'm sure you've heard things like this a lot. Believe in yourself, love yourself. And then it becomes so cliche that most of us don't even consider those things. How do you love yourself in the middle of a battlefield when you feel that you are the cause of your suffering? And maybe you are. Hey, maybe you are. Right? All the things that are not so good for us, and then somehow we we complain about it, right? But in either way, no matter what or how you got where you are right now, whatever is making you strive, no matter what that is right now, loving yourself now will make way for you to begin to thrive. Because striving means that you are number one. Thriving means that you are okay where you are right now. It doesn't mean you don't want more, right? It doesn't mean that um it doesn't mean that you don't want to get more or that you're not seeking for more. But for me, I feel like for you to be able to thrive in something, for you to be able to thrive somewhere, you have to not hate where you are. It's really hard to grow when you hate where you are right now. Because I feel like you might end up in the place that you don't really love. Again, we're talking about love today. You might end up in a place that you don't hate. But I don't want that for you. After all, you deserve the best. You deserve all the abundance, all the beauties, all the most amazing things life has to offer. And that all starts with the decision to love your life as the life you have right now. Because the thing is that the decisions you made, the choices you made, landed you right here. The places you went to, the things you decided to do have brought you here right now. Whether or not you're proud of those decisions, you're still here right now. And if you desire to be somewhere else, you're going to have to first learn to accept where you are right now. Learn to know that, hey, this is not where I want to be. But how about I just love this moment? How do you love this moment when you're like, yo, man, you don't understand. I hate this moment. You're like, I hate this, you man. How do I love a thing that I hate? Yes, you don't just try to not hate it. You genuinely just love it. How do you do that? I think if you're honest with yourself, if you're really, really honest with yourself, there's something you love. It could be the mother you were gifted with. It could be a sibling. It could be one person in your life that you love, right? Now you're claiming to hate everything or whatever it is, or just to be so frustrated with something. But the thing is that in every situation you have a gift. You have something good in that situation. Like God would never put you in a place where nothing is working. There's no one good thing. It's always a good thing. So just start to love where you are right now. You really begin to focus on the thing that you love and you begin to focus on just that thing. If you love, maybe, I don't know, like I just mentioned, you have a lovely mother, you love your mother, or you love your role model, I don't know, in church, or someone or something that really fulfills you, right? You can begin to focus on that one thing. And like, if you feel like, oh, you mean there's nothing, I really doubt that. But if you feel that way, you can hear me right now. Maybe you can even see me right now. That is really cool. Can you just be grateful for the fact that, can you be grateful for the fact that you can see me, you can hear me? Being able to see, being able to hear, it's something worth loving in your life. It's something worth noticing. It's something worth appreciating. So I want you to really just pause for a moment and really think about one thing that is good in your life right now. I'm here right now. I'm going to really say thank you for this platform that I have. So I want you to do, right now, wherever you are, do the same. Think about one thing that you love in your life right now and that you're really grateful for. I'm going to just say this platform for me, for this example. I'm really grateful for this platform that I have, that God has given me, that I can just come here and share my thoughts and be myself freely and just go live. It gets to be this easy to be myself. I'm very grateful for that. So do the same for you too. What is one thing that you love right now? It could be, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful I can see you, man. I can hear her. I'm so grateful for this particular moment. And begin to love on that moment. And whenever you start to want to strive, start to struggle, remember the one thing that you love. As crazy as it sounds, struggling is actually a choice. Yes, you may have difficulties, you may have things that are holding you back, but to struggle, that state of suffering is actually a decision you're making that you will not be happy until this thing gets fixed. You're actually choosing to make yourself miserable because somewhere along the line you decided that you will not be happy until you have X, Y, and Z, until you have 1 million followers on YouTube, for example. You will not be happy until you lose 10 pounds. You will not be happy until I don't know, this person loves you, until this thing loves you. And we're doing these things subconsciously. Right now, I want to ask you, who have you given the key to your happiness to? Who does that key belongs to? Right? Because maybe you're really struggling to love your life, or you're struggling to love yourself, you're struggling to just live in a state of love or live a life that is full of love because you're giving the key to you being okay to someone else. And then it's really hard because then if that person is happy, you're happy. If that person is not okay, then you're not, right? That can be that. Do you see how it's a problem? Do you see? And for some people, it's something. Sorry, it's a person. For others, it's actually a thing. A thing like I said, followers on YouTube. A thing like a sum of money they have to make. But it's something. We all have something, right? I'll share a very personal example right now. For me, for example, a while back, a couple of months back, I made the decision to literally show up live here every single day. Every single day, I was like, I want to show up live every single day, and I did for a couple of months. I did until I didn't, right? Until I didn't. It became really hard for me because I felt like I didn't know if anything I was sharing was adding value to anyone. I felt like I was just pouring. I didn't know if it was making a difference in someone's life. And I began to focus on that particular thing, right? When maybe before then, I had a few people tell me, oh, hey, I like this stuff. I like this, or something I said, you know? But in that moment, I was focusing on what wasn't there. Instead of focusing on the fact that, hey, I have this platform. I get to just express myself and be free here. I get to be human. I get to be myself. I get to just grow, learn, be me every single day, right? And I was focusing on that one thing. And I began to strive, right? Because I felt like, okay, let me just keep going. I kind of lost my momentum. And then that was that. I really couldn't come back fully, right? So because I kind of decided that I couldn't really continue this thing until I felt like I had this sign that I made a difference in someone's life. Now, as kind as that may sound, wanting to really make a difference in someone's life, it still came from it still came from my ego, or it still came from my lower nature. It did not come from God. That desire did not come from God. And because of that, I literally lost my flow completely because I put a condition on my happiness. I put a condition on my gift. I put a condition on the expression of my gift, right? And that really made me lose momentum. Didn't post for literally a whole month, right? And then I came back a couple of weeks ago and I left again, right? So if you feel like that is you in an area of your life, I want to tell you now to release yourself from that bondage. You don't need X, Y, and Z to feel love in your life right now. The truth is that I'm a Christian, but you have love inside of you. How do I mean that you have love inside of you? You have the Holy Spirit in you, right? You have the Spirit of God inside of you. Whatever belief you have, the Spirit of God inside of you, right? So you have love within you. If God is love, let's agree on one thing. God is love, right? And the Spirit of God is within you. So do you have love in you or not? You have love in you. So how come you have all this love in you? Because God is infinite. Number one, God is infinite. And you have God in you. So it means you have infinite love inside of you. How can you have infinite love inside of you and yet you're striving and yet you're not able to feel the love, right? Or you're not able to really thrive, not strive, thrive, with the T, in your life, it means there's something you're missing. There's something you're not connecting to. There's something you're not really understanding. And that's something I believe is because of conditions you've put on yourself that you have to achieve to become, to be worthy, to be happy, to be all of these things. I want you to just drop all of those things now and decide that what is your name? Let's just assume your name is Lola. Lola, you Lola, for example, I'm letting go of all of those expectations that I feel I need to feel love in my life. I realize that I have all the love I need within me because God is within me and God is infinite. God does not can be caged in a box, which means that literally I have all the love in the world inside of me right now. So I decide to begin to really connect to that love inside of me and not tie it to things outside of me. Things like what I look like, what I sound like, um, my education level, anything else. No longer putting no longer putting whether or not you're worthy of love from that, right? So that was what I came to share today. Let me see if there's something else I want to share from my heart. But today was just a free flowing thing. Usually that's how I do it. I just share and I just speak from my heart. So I have some Bible verses here. Hopefully it might make me want to speak more on this. Yes. Oh my goodness. So we have one one First John or 1 John verse chapter 4 verse 16. So 1 John chapter 4 verse 16, it says, and we have known and believed the love that God has for us. And we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love. He who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. I'll say that one more time. And we have known and believed the love that God love, and he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. And he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. Right? So whether or not you even believe in God, you abiding in love is like you're abiding in God. Because God is love. God is love, my sisters. Right? And he who abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. So it means that you're probably thinking you want some miraculous things to happen. But begin to just focus on the love you have in your life right now. And if you think there's nothing, can you feel gratefulness for being able to see and hear right now? That is love, right? It's a beautiful thing. Having been able to see and hear is something you can love. You can love on your hearing. You can love on your eyesight. You can love on those things, and that will begin to grow to bring more of that, right? I'm sure you heard the saying of what you focus on increases. Who hasn't heard that saying before? What you focus on will increase in your life. What are you focusing on? You're focusing on lack. You're focusing on, like I was saying earlier, um, you're putting these conditions for you to be happy, for you to be at peace, for you to be okay. And the truth is that you have to love. You have to love within you. So love will take you from striving to thriving. If you're striving right now in any area of your life, love can really help you melt away those striving needs to strive. You don't have to strive. You don't have to struggle. You can just begin to thrive right now. Okay? Whether nothing changes in your life, whether every single thing remains the same, with a different perspective, you can see it differently. I have a verse here on my wall. I think it's let me see if I can look at it's Isaiah verse 60. Sorry, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. I'm gonna type it here so I can read it to you guys because I can't see it from over there. My wall is a bit far. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. So it says, okay, let me just find it here. Thank you for being so patient with me. I love you. So this is let me just put the New King James version. Can I find that? Found it. Okay. So verse 19 says, the sun will no longer be your light by day, The sun, let me say that again. Let's see. The sun will no more be your light by day. The sun will no more be your light by day, nor will the brightness of the moon shine on you. For the Lord will be your everlasting light. For the Lord will be your everlasting light, and God will be your glory. So it's saying the sun will no longer be your light by day, nor will the brightness of the moon shine on you. Which means that no matter what is happening outside of you, right? It looks like my mic got unhooked. What? This is okay. My mic got unhooked. I wonder if you could hear me for a while. There's no one here right now, but I hope you can hear me. I'll say it again. So the verse that I have here is Isaiah 60, verse 19. And it says, the sun will no more be your light by day. The sun will no more be your light by day, nor will the brightness of the moon shine on you. For the Lord will be your everlasting light, and your God will be your glory. Which means that you will no longer need the sun nor the light of the moon for you to feel okay. Because sometimes we think, right, until everything is okay, I can't feel okay. Until I have this views, I can't feel okay. Until I have this money, I can't feel okay. Until I have this career, I can't feel okay. Earlier, I was talking about giving things or people the key to your happiness, right? That's giving the keys to your happiness. But then Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19 is saying, you will no longer need the sun to be your light. So you will no longer need this light of the day. You no longer need the brightness from the moon. Because now the Lord is your light. God is now your light, right? God is now your light. Imagine God being your light, meaning that even if you walk into the darkest place, even if you walk into the darkest space, you have that light of God, and that light will illuminate you. That light will make the darkest day bright, right? So instead of waiting for things to be different outside of you, how about you make God your everlasting light? How about you just pray this prayer with me? That we don't need the sun to be bright. We don't need perfect conditions. We don't need things on the outside of us to be perfect. We don't need everyone to support us for us to feel the light in our lives. We could be in the darkest of hour, but have everlasting light. From just walking into the covering of God, being one with God, we can have everlasting light in that moment. Because then it says after that, and your God will be your glory. So God is actually your glory, right? So why are we seeking all of these things? Loving yourself, or bringing love. Oh yes, loving yourself. Why not, right? Loving yourself will help you go from striving to thriving. Because then you're no longer loving yourself and loving God, right? Loving yourself, loving God, loving yourself will mean that you no longer need things to be perfect outside of you. You've left that chat. I wanted today to leave the chat. That chat behind you. I don't know if it's a group chat. I don't know if whatever chat it is. Leave that chat. The chat where you're out here waiting for things to be perfect, for perfect conditions, for perfect weather before you go outside. Have you ever heard of playing in the rain? Who grew up playing in the rain here? I don't have lots of experience doing that, but I know a few times as a child. But I was just playing in the rain, right? It's fun. You think we have to wait for this perfect weather to actually enjoy life, but life is enjoyed now, not in some perfect future. Because the truth is that you have to create, like you decide the feelings that you feel. You have to create that feeling. And I want you to be able to feel love in all the moments of your life. Not sometimes, not maybe, but to feel love every single day in your life. Okay? So stop waiting for things outside of you to be perfect. Stop waiting for perfect conditions, perfect weather before you go outside to play, before you actually enjoy life. You get to have everything you want right now. You get to feel love in your life right now. I see we had somebody, it seems they left. It's so funny to me when someone comes in and then they leave. I think it's so funny. Before I used to get super anxious when a person will come in. I'll be like, oh my gosh, here you go, someone's here. And the minute I say hi, they just log off. That's so funny to me. But I promise I'm okay. But literally, yeah, you know, you no longer need perfect weather for you to show up. And this is something I'm speaking to myself too, thinking that I have to feel a certain way before I show up, before I really share this thing that God put in me. For the longest time, I always felt I was born to share my voice, to speak to others, to just speak life into people. Do you feel blessed today? Do you feel like anything I've shared with you has made a difference? I promise you, I will, I will share. If I'm hearing from you, but I always felt that way. But yet, I literally allowed the fact that I wasn't hearing anything to tell me, hey, I'm not hearing a thing, so I must not be making a difference. But no, no. Let's stop needing the sun or the light of the moon to come out and just live normal lives. We get to have the life of our dreams right now because God is our everlasting light. I think that might be the title of the video. What do you guys think? Tell me. God is your everlasting light. God is your glory. And with that, you can go from striving to thriving. Is it not enough, or should I give you more evidence? Are you having too much fun here? Right now, I'm live and there's no one here, but are you having a lot of fun right now? So anything I've shared so far, has it like made sense to you? Has it touched you in any way? Has it blessed you in any way? I'm actually trying to find where I was here. Let me see. Yeah. I think let me see if I have some other Bible verse here. Honestly speaking, am I the only one who has a bunch of pages on their computer? Guilty. So guilty about that right now. I need to get better at actually having a few pages on my computer, but I always have a bunch, something to work on for me. But yeah, everything I just shared with you was Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 19. Go check it out. And no one and stop seeking, stop waiting for this perfect thing. Stop waiting for the stars to align before you do something, before you move. You want every single star, you want every confirmation. You're never gonna do anything. And most importantly, you can't thrive that way. You can't thrive waiting on things to be perfect. I feel like thriving, I was looking at the definition of thriving now, and it says prosperous, growing, flourishing, prosperous and growing, right? And I want to talk about that. It says thriving goes beyond surviving. It's about achieving a balanced state where you feel motivated, purposeful, resilient, and connected. That is very interesting. Let's talk about growing. You know, growing is not the most fun thing, right? Growing is requires coming outside of your comfort zone, right? So to grow, you begin to flourish, right? But to be able to grow is really coming out of your comfort zone. So I want to encourage you today, if you want to stop striving, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Get comfortable with not knowing what's going to happen. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the first thing I want to ask you to do right now is to no longer decide how you feel by what you see outside of you, right? That is today's activation. Stop deciding how you feel by what you see outside of you. You see this, I don't know, um, thing happening in front of you at work. People are fighting at work. Now you're like, oh my god, this, oh my god, oh my god. You know, it's not ideal, but you don't have to let it dictate how you feel. You can say, this is not how I want to live my life, but hey, I won't let this dictate how I feel, right? Because whether or not there's sun outside, that was Isaiah, what we just read right now. This, like the sun of the sun, the moon, those are great. But even if we don't have that, we have everlasting light. We have the light in us. We have the love in us. The God in us, that love is the anchor of our life. And when we really focus on that light can never change. Okay, that's the one light that will always stay switched on the entire time. The one light that will never go off is the light we should focus on. What do you think? Not focusing on the sun. The sun will shine. The sun will rise and it will set. The moon will come out and she will go away. They are always changing, right? The weather is always changing. It's unpredictable. So I encourage you today to really embrace being uncomfortable. I think I've encouraged a bunch of things at this point. Go you, go me too. But growing is uncomfortable. It really is. And it requires that you do things that you're not used to. And that's what today I really have asked you to do. I've asked you to do things that might really be very uncomfortable with you. Right? It also says here that motivated, purposeful, resilient. And I want to really tell you that you don't even need to be resilient. Let me just rephrase that. Resilience is a very important trait, right? But I think you need to be resilient. But what I meant to say was that you don't have to force yourself to be resilient. Yes. You need resilience. You need resilience. I think what I said back. I'm human. Thank you very much. You need resilience, but like you don't have to force your way into it. You can naturally become resilient when you stop struggling with everything. When you stop feeling good and bad about what you see. You stop allowing those things affect what is happening in here. And you really ground yourself on the everlasting light. Is that what they said in the verse? The everlasting light, the light of God, the light that never turns off, that light. And allow that to be your glory. Allow that to be your mantle. Allow that to be the guiding force in your life. Allow that to be the thing that decides whether or not you're happy or whether or not you're sad. Right? Paul said, rejoice in the Lord always. Always rejoice in the Lord. Always rejoice in the Lord. And I think it's something that we should all consider rejoicing in the Lord, rejoicing in the one who made us, instead of rejoicing in creations like us. Because, yes, the sun, the moon, everything outside of us, they're all creations. You're also a creation. How about we focus on the Creator and we keep on moving forward, right? I want to leave you with the last verse today I, before I say something else. Let me see what I want to share with all you beautiful people today. I want to share, let me see. So I want to say Romans 5 verse 5. Now hope does not disappoint because the love of God has been poured out in our hearts by the Holy Spirit who was given to us. The love of God has been poured out in our hearts by the Holy Spirit who was given to us. The Holy Spirit was given to us. The Holy Spirit is in you, working in you, always working in you. And the love of God has been poured into your heart. Meaning that right now, as we're speaking, you literally have this like so much love in your heart right now that is just waiting to pour out, waiting to come out. But you have to make that uncomfortable decision. Thriving is deciding that you're going to decide to grow. You're going to grow in not in ways you've done before. Okay, I'm sure you've done amazing things, but you're going to decide to grow in ways that are different, in ways that you have not explored before. You're going to go outside of the comfort zone. Yeah. And you're going to really decide to focus on something that you love. It could be your legs. It could be something that you can just love in your hands, or love on your eyes, love on your voice, love on something, because you have so much love in your heart. Okay, allow love to lead your life. Love for yourself, love for God, love for people around you, love for other creations. Right, and remember that God has been poured out into your heart. Sorry, the love of God has been poured out into your heart. I want to see you pour out love out of your heart. Pour out love from your heart to your own self. Pour out love from your heart to God. Pour out love from your heart to situations that are not working the way you want them to work. But like Isaiah 60 verse 19 said, do not make them yours. They're not your sun, they're not your moon. They're not the light of your life. The light of your light is God, and that's within you. You have everlasting light. But pour out love on those situations that you feel are not working how you want them to work. Pour out love on them and move on. And don't stay stuck in those things, right? Don't stay stuck in those things. I've been saying right. If it makes you uncomfortable, sorry. I really mean this, sorry. I mean it. Yeah, beautiful people. I have this free ebook. It's called It's called activation. Crown activation, I think. No, sorry. It's called crown coronation. My bad. It's called crown coronation. It's 11 days. 11 days to really strip away the things that are holding you back from becoming the best version of yourself. Which is, by the way, why I started this channel to really help others begin to let go of those things that we feel are blocking the real us. I feel like many of us are wearing masks and we're walking around in life and we're afraid to be our real self. We're afraid. You can tell at the beginning of this life, I was a bit like that though. But I have blossomed, I literally flourished throughout this life and I showed up a bit more because it's been a while that I really sat down like this and really poured out my heart in this manner. And I'm so happy that I'm here because I almost didn't even come today. I almost decided to just not come and just push it to tomorrow again and just say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. But I came, and I'm so happy I came, and I'm so happy you're here. Whether it's one person, whether it's a billion people, hi world, I'm a human, and I had so much fun sharing this message with you today. I have that free ebook. It's free. It's 11 days, and that's good because a lot of the times the things that are holding us back, those things that are making us live lives we're not happy with, are lies. And that ebook, 11 days, can really begin to let go, almost like wash away some of the things that are are holding you back. So I think that'll be all for me today. From me today, I want to encourage you to not strive because striving is exhausting. But thriving is challenging. Like I said, it requires resilience. It requires, motivation. It requires purpose. And for that, you have to be focused. You have to know what you want. You have to be constantly focusing on those things that you came here to do. And that's how you begin to flourish. And that's how you begin to thrive. And then from there, prosperity and all the other good stuff also comes from that. But first, you really have to begin to grow, and that requires like discomfort. I was about to say uncomfort. What is uncomfort? Discomfort, right? That requires discomfort. But I hope that you really take that discomfort and smile because it means that you are growing. That pain is not meant to break you or to stop you. That pain is really just there to tell you you're growing. You're growing. And what if you really stop seeing it as just this horrible thing and just saw it as a challenge that I can overcome, a challenge that should not dictate how I feel, a challenge that all I have to do is to stay. When you're growing, just stay, stay planted, and you will grow. But when you keep uprooting yourself and going to a new soil and trying the soil for a couple of months, uprooting yourself, you're never really going to grow, especially in places where you want to grow. There are places of our life where we're just like going from one soil to the other soil, trying different soils. When if you just stayed in, of course, good soil matters, but if you just stayed in that soil for some years, you would see growth in that area of your life. So I want to encourage you to stay. Stay, 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 stay. Embrace the discomfort. And remember that no matter what is happening outside of you, I don't want you to dictate how you feel based on those things. I don't know if a person might annoy you at work or you might have a fight with a family member or something. I don't want you to dictate your feelings on that thing. If you have to write it down now. Your feelings are based on your creator and the light, whether or not you decide, do I have light in my life? You're deciding that from literally the everlasting light, which is inside of you. Not the sun, not the moon, not things outside of you. But you're deciding that based on the light inside of you. I feel like I pretty much just gave you the thing to be happy all the time. The thing that you can do to literally never ever, feel sad. And even if you do have those moments, you can just know that you're looking at the darkness around you instead of focusing on the light inside of you. Let me say that one more time. I want to say it one more time. You're looking at the darkness around you and not looking at the light inside of you. But I think that'll be all for today. I rambled a lot today. If this blessed you in any way, I mean, in any way, my sister, tell me, or my brother, tell me. I love to hear from you. I mean, I love it. But either way, I'll take my own advice. I'm not going to look at the darkness or whatever is around me to feel good. I am going to feel good because I have everlasting light inside of me. And you're going to see me happier. You're going to see me more confident. You're going to see me grow. You're going to see me talk about the mistakes I've made in the past. You're going to see me expand. You're going to see me rise. You're going to see me talk about the fall I had when I left and everything on YouTube. Yes, this is going to be the most fun journey ever. And I can't wait to get on this journey with you. If you are here today, I think there's a reason why. I want to say welcome. I want to say thank you for being here. And I want to say I love you. Bye. That'll be all for today. Ah.